Okay, we are live. And let's see, let me check the audio. Looks like everybody can hear me. Yep. And everything's working well. Okay. So I will start, and we are going to be going over the process again of homosexuality. But we're going to tackle a lot of the areas that have to do with what it is that brings homosexuality, brings the downfall of humanity into effect. Why it is in the Bible, God warns of all this, especially in the second coming period, when things are at its worst. And so there's a lot to the process that we're going through, and most of it is affecting the way in which we see children. How do we see them in themselves? Yeah, we have a big conflict. Are they able to choose their own gender? Is there no God? God didn't choose that when we incarnated. So we have to go, from all the atheists and all the Satanists and all the lesbians and all the homosexuals who are saying, yes, there's no God, absolutely, and that since there's no God, then women are in charge of the babies they have. It's part of their body. They have human rights. Not about God. It's about humans and our individual rights. So if we get real gay and feminist and start being lesbian and homosexual, and then we really want everybody to be that way, how are we going to do that? What would be the outcome of that? What would be the choice? The outcome would be the end of the human race. One day they're going to say this, and today's the day. They have started saying it in England. Professors in England are demonstrating their intention as women, as feminists, as lesbians, as witches and pagans. They have laid out a declaration of eliminating the human race. That's pretty cool. That's quite amazing. So they can't just go, oh, I'm going to write a book and everybody's going to follow it and we're going to have the end of the human race. No, they are actually projecting this is what's going to happen because they have an ongoing game plan that's been fostering humanity to do this since the fall of humanity and the creation of witchcraft and paganism and the tarot. Palm reading, mediumship, all of that, is all based on that reality. So we have a lot. We have a lot of people that have fallen into that reality, and that reality has created generations and generations of people. Imagine, I pointed out before that we know that the palmist, the witch doctor, usually it's a woman because they have to seduce you, and the best way to seduce is to get a witch to wear seductive clothing and behave in a seductive manner as though if you pay, they'll do it. So basically, they're there to sell their soul and get yours. So they have to dress the part. They have a look. They have to maintain that look. They have to look right in the eyes of Satan, in the eyes of humanity, because humanity needs them to look the way that would best open that door. And it is a door. The whole thing is that there is a door. What does the door do? Yeah, what does it do? It opens the door for demons to enter your body. Now that in itself is tragic. Yeah, if you just imagine that's horrible. That's some horrible thought. To think that demons are going to enter our body. How is that possible? How is it really possible that this can happen? That demons can enter the body of human beings. Yeah, and manifest. Yeah, imagine you go to a tarot reader. Yeah, and what are you doing? What are you doing? You lay down money. You give an offering. You have to do that first. You have to give an offering. First, the offering is your body, your soul. You have to walk into that room, sit down in the chair, and you see these people. And you're going, tell me the future. Wow. You know you can't ask that question. You know it. You know you can't. I mean, that's so ungodly, it's ridiculous. It directly enters into Satan's world. Tell me the future. If I sell my soul to the devil, you know the story. Yeah? So what happens? Well, the door opens. The door opens. You're sitting there. Yeah? And they pull out a deck of cards and put them on the table. They ask you to shuffle them and you to cut them, making you think that you're in charge of your destiny. You're in charge. And this is just a psychic who can help you, guide you, see things you can't see. Yeah? They're practicing witchcraft. They're a witch. But you're not going to, you're not going, oh, I'm going to hang out with a witch today. You're going to take it as though you're just with a tarot reader. Yeah. Or a palm reader. Yeah. Or a fortune teller. Yeah. And that's all they are. They do that. But they're opening the door. They're opening the door. Yeah. So you shuffle the cards. You cut the cards. They lay out the cards. And then they interpret the cards. Yeah. And you're sitting, waiting for your answer. This is your doorway. Doorway. Yeah? Now you're listening. And you're looking. What are those cards saying? You're trying to interpret those cards. You go so often that you go to the store and buy those cards and do them daily on your own. Save a little money. And you do astrology so often, you know how to write a chart. You go to the newspaper every day. You do things like that. Daily. Open the door. Open the door. This is called divination. Yeah. Pretty seriously pointed out. That we don't do this. Yeah. What happens when you do it a lot? Well, think of England. England is the pagan hellhole of the earth. Well, we learn transgender, paganism, homosexuality, everything comes from UK. We escaped the UK. Why? So that we could practice Christianity. Because they were pagans. They had a king that had a witch and a warlock as their guide, like a palm reader or an astrologer. You know this is all true. It's not just in the movies. It's history. So now in England, they got something like this. And just imagine. It becomes so prevalent that your pagan witch is now a professor. A goth professor. And she and others like her are going to save this planet. They're going to save the planet from becoming extinct. Planet is for humans to become extinct. Humans. Make them extinct. It's their A Human Manifesto. Yep. This is how they're going to tackle the climate change. They're going to save the animals, the bugs, the trees, the forests, the planet. But they have to kill all the humans, sorry. Because they've come to the decision it is the humans that are causing the problem. Well, why would you think that? Because you've gone to an astrologer so often. That you might believe this stuff. Just like you would believe the astrologer. Go this way, go that way, do this, do that. Every time you do that, what's going on? A demon is conjured in that room. Just like a Ouija board, just like anything else. You're conjuring demons. Lots and lots and lots of them. Lots and lots. Simple thing. You're going into the room to get a reading. But you're conjuring demons. So now they're in the room. So now you're asking for your life to be fortunate. So the demons have to get into your body. They have to get in your body. It's important. Because the demons, they want to rule. The sin of divination. God warns us to practice the dark art of divination is an abomination to God. It's consulting with demonic spirits. And yet millions of souls are dabbling in the occult and looking to the stars for answers. But all forms of fortune telling are forbidden. All of them. That includes the horoscope, tarot cards, palm readers, crystal ball gazing, Ouija boards, clairvoyance, telepathy, all of it. All of it. All of it. But yet we see them on every street corner. We see them in the newspaper. We can pick up a hotline and talk to a psychic. If you're in LA, you can order one and have them come to the door. But does psychicism just come through a medium like that? Listen closely. Listen very closely. You are feeding demons into your body and filling it up. And you are becoming a demon, a lesbian, a homosexual, a liar, a thief, a Trump. We call them personalities. We call them personalities. And this really, I mean, you got to really, 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 really think about what I'm saying. Because it's a doorway. It's a doorway. And you're the one who opens the door. You're the one who has to capture the demon inside you and usher it out. You have to usher it out. Walk it out. Yep, nope, I'm not going to say this. Nope, I'm not going to do this. Nope, I'm not going to eat that. Nope, I'm not going to drink that. Nope, I'm not gay. Nope, I'm not living in this house. Nope, I do not love that person. It's a lot of no's. A lot of no's. Because the demon has taken over. How much do demons take over? You know, look what it did to an actor. You all know this guy, John Cusack. John Cusack. Is he acting? Is that a TV part he's got there? No, it's not. That's his life. It's his life today. How's that possible? Well, he went and to the Ouija board too often. He had a tarot reading too often. And every time a demon goes into his body, he takes them in his body in order to get something out of it. That's what he got out of it. He got hell. He got Satan. Just amazing. John Cusack forms a satanic cult to rid the planet of GOP welfare freaks. Can you imagine that? He went on Twitter in a rampage on Sunday evening, attacking former House Majority Leader Amy, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich, and Fox News. He tweeted, "I am a satanic death cult center," at Fox News headquarters. And outside the offices of Ordick, Amy, and Newt Gingrich, and all GOP welfare freaks, Cusack got his wish when the Council of Satanic Death Cult announced today that they would be forming a death cult that will serve under their new leader, John Cusack. Grand Dragon Cusack. And he said, "I'm honored that the CSDC thought I was evil enough to lead this council of 1,000 proud demons. I accept, I vow to serve with dishonor and disrespect." This is not a movie, people. This is reality. And these people are so caught up in it. The demons in them are so in charge of them that they're just reveling in it. You have to think in order to get rid of demons. Yeah, you have to. You have to think. You have to think. Pride is a demon. Envy is a demon. Alcohol is a demon. Fornication is a demon. Rage, gossiping, sloth. Gossiping. Can you imagine? You get on your text and you're going, "Oh, this person, Sally, what she did that, you know. Oh, she's better now. Okay, yeah, that's wonderful." That's a demon, people. Its ability to do that is a demon. You have a demon. This is where the mind comes in and the brain comes in. Instilled in your mind are demons. And they have desires, and they have to be fulfilled. Even the process of gossiping fulfills a desire. I get off on gossiping. I watch soap operas. I see shit news, bad news on people, and it just excites me. You know, I want to share it. You know, that's gossip. You know, it's a demon, and you're feeding it with your sin. Your sin. Every time you gossip, you're feeding the demon, and you become less. The demon becomes more. After a very long time, you become like John Cusack. Even worse, you become a lesbian or a homosexual. Do you think that atheists have so many demons in them is the reason why they hate prayer and hate Jesus? Do you? I do. Because it is true. People are filled with demons. Filled with demons. Filled. Filled. Yep. All of Congress filled with demons. All of Hollywood filled with demons. Yeah. Your mom, your aunt, your cousins, everybody you know is filled with demons. What can you do to help them? What can you do? Well, their focus, you've seen their focus in England. Their focus is to wipe away humanity. How do they do that? Demons. Oh, two guys, you love each other, right? Wow. How is that possible? The demon inside. You girls, you love each other, right? Yeah. Why don't you get married? Okay. Well, they're telling you not to. But you have human rights. The demon. And that begins controlling our society.
This culture is weaponized to destroy children. Music producers,
church girls acting loose, bad girl acting snotty,
movie makers, social media providers.
China actually puts out a different version of TikTok in the United States than it puts out in China. The version of TikTok in the United States teaches kids to be trans.
Big tech.
YouTube Kids is grooming children with LGBTQ plus propaganda. I made an account, and what I found was disgusting.
You name it. They literally pump out things that destroy children.
This is my 221st day of publicly transitioning.
God love it.
Or when the Disney Corporation creates characters that are transgender.
Our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda.
From the president and the leading politicians and bureaucrats, teachers.
Story time. We've been talking about gender and our bodies.
There is a war on children.
You know, are targeting children, but they're targeting the whole human race. And they thought, everybody's going to buy this. They're going to buy Bud Light, transgender, no problem. Everybody's going to buy this. Why are they thinking like that? Because they have demons in their brain. Demons. It's not just a coincidence, that they're buying into it. And that it came and people didn't see it until I pointed out. Now, all of a sudden, Budweiser, Pride, everybody at Target is busted. $5 billion in the first 4 days. $9 billion in the next 9 days. $11 billion in total, but it's still growing. And they've taken it all out. Same with Bud. It's almost completely out of business. Many other companies are trying to do the same. This is all was established in England. In England. Of all places, of course, England. You know, we have to very, very, very much be aware of the fact that the only way, it's not about are we gay or are we this or are we that. Are we filled with demons? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now how do you get rid of them? What are you going to run after me, and every single day you're going to ask me to purge your demons out of your body because you keep putting them back. Keep putting them back. You see it every day. People go to church, they go right to the bar afterwards. Yeah. They get out of church, start smoking cigarettes, cussing at each other, gossiping, going through the whole entire everything that you really shouldn't do, but you do. It's our life. It's our life. Our life. We have video on people who go into rage. Rage. They shoot people in cars as they're driving by. Women chase cars and stop them because they wanted the parking space that they were in. Rage. It's all rage. What is rage? Rage is demons. Rage is demons. And I'm making the demons express so aggressively. Why? Because they can't stand the energy I'm putting into the world. So these people are having spontaneous rage over nothing. They're shooting cars as they pass on the freeway. They are. They're shooting cars. And they're shooting people everywhere, in schools and auditoriums and everywhere. Rage, rage, rage. Envy, lies, pride, porn, fornication, hate in the very center. And the more we get filled up with each one of these demons, all these demons, all of them, you've seen them. What are the seven deadly sins? What are the 10 commandments? Why are there 10 commandments? To protect us from the sins that we break in the 10 commandments. And there are so many sins that we could break for every single of 7 different deadly sins. Deadly sins. There are hundreds of sins under each one. Imagine gluttony, you know? Well, gluttony, is that enough to be gluttonous? No, it goes all the way into looking at your body and going, oh my God, I am so fat. And yet, they're skin and bones. But the demon inside them shows them a fat body. And they go, oh my God, look at this. Look at this, I'm more girl than I am a guy. What is wrong with me? The demon. And you can't support it. You can't support it. Yeah, because it is this. You have to stop feeding the demon. You've already got it in. You could have it from generations, from your mom, your dad, your uncle, your cousins. Generation after generation, it could be coming in you. Could be there. Yeah. But we don't consider that. Is your mom a witch? Is your mom a warlock? Is your dad a warlock? At any time, did they ever go to and read astrology? Even in the lighthearted sense. What is your sign? That just means culturally, demons are everywhere. And you just haven't filled up all the demons yet. You're not. When you do, you get to a certain point, you become gay. Because it's a demon. And your mom's probably a demon. We're finding that 60 to 70% of women go to these astrologers. They open the door, then they take it home, and they do curses on everybody. And after a long period of time, they're thinking like, Megan Fox. Check out Megan Fox. That lady has gone totally blockers. Not only are they in process of destroying children, but they're creating an enormous amount of child reality, you know, that's happening for children.
called out Megan Fox over what she's been doing with her kids. For those of you who don't know, Megan Fox has 3 sons, and these 3 sons happen to dress like girls. They dress in girls' clothing. So Robbie Starbuck hopped on Twitter and said, "These are Megan Fox's sons. We used to live in the same gated community and our kids played at the park. I saw 2 of them have a full breakdown, saying that they were forced by their mom to wear girls' clothes as their nanny tried to console them. It's pure child abuse. Pray for them." So an interesting sort of hot take out of nowhere from Robbie Starbuck on Megan Fox's kids. And of course, this started some turmoil. We're going to get into conversation around her choice to dress her kids in girls' clothing, but we'll get there. Megan Fox saw this and responded and said, "Hey, Robbie Starbuck, I really don't want to give you this attention because you're clearly a clout chaser."
So, to be really clear here, understand, Megan Fox, everybody have demons in their brain. In the brain. Elon Musk filled with demons in his brain. Yeah. Trump, demons in his brain. Melania, demons in her brain. She can't even look out her eyes. Vice President, demon in her brain. Her husband, demon is in her brain. Everybody has demons in their brain. That's where they go. It's the seat of your soul. They have to go to your brain. So, since they're in your brain, you have to choose. Is homosexuality something you're born with or something you chose? It's something you chose. But it's also a demon. So it's something you consumed. Whether through anal sex, regular sex, even talking on the internet brings demons into your body. And they go directly to your sex organs through your brain. Because the brain has all these processes that control all your senses. Your sight, your hearing, your touch, your taste, everything. So all your sensory ability is in your brain. It's all in your brain, even though you got touch, hearing, all that. But it all goes to your brain, and it's filled with demons. So imagine you're trying to make sense of something. Imagine you're going to taste something, but you have demons in your brain, which are taking over your senses. So now you lust after everything. Food, drugs, alcohol, people, money, everything. Because you have demons in your brain. And you're feeding the demons. You're feeding them. The moment you wake up, you immediately start feeding your demons. That's what you do. Honest to God, I'm telling you. That is exactly what you do. And there's a part of you in your stupid religious order makes you think that I'm here to exercise your demons out of your brain. I am. But I can only do that if you get the demons out of your brain. You have to do that. You have to change. You have to listen to me. And if you listen to me, the angelic side of your soul that God created and incarnated as the person who you are begins to externalize. The senses go back to your true self. Yeah? You become self-actualized, self-realized. But you yourself must get rid of the demons. You cannot gossip. You cannot worry about another family. What's their money situation? Are they okay? What's happening? That lends to gossip, doesn't it? Even going beyond boundaries, entering another person's home, interfering. That's all demonic. It's not something we would do. It causes chaos. It makes it harder for everyone to trust themselves and receive the guidance that God is giving them in their soul. If you can help them rid their demons. So don't gossip, because the gossip that you're doing feeds the demon in you, but it projects the demon toward whatever it is that you are gossiping about. It's a terrible thing. Yeah, it's a curse. And that's what demons do. So, demons say dirty words. They curse all the time. The more demons you got, the more you curse. Look at lesbians, transgender, homosexuals. You meet them outside and they're a great big group, and you stand there and say, well, Jesus said, and boy, do they get angry. Just violent, aggressive anger. And then they lie and spread gossip. All untruths, everything untruth. Because they have demons in their head. And as my disciple, you need to understand this in order to attain compassion and empathy, strength and courage. Because you have to stop it. You need to get help. Now, I'm your help. You must do everything I say. I'm not saying jump off a cliff. I'm not saying go buy this or go buy that. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying don't gossip. Don't go to a medium. Don't hang out with homosexuals. Don't think that there's anything okay about them, because in reality, they are an incarnated demon. Your problem is that demons are trying to get into your body so that they can fully incarnate. You're not gay yet, so you're not incarnated. Trust me. That's the truth. So there's not a very large number of people who are fully demonically possessed. Those are called lesbians, feminists, homosexuals, transgender, LGBT. And more letters you want to add to it is just more demons. Because they're filling up the body. Lesbian first. Lesbian first. Yeah. And then gay. And then bi. Yeah. Lesbian first. Yeah. And then gay. And then bi. And then transgender. But there is no such thing as transgender. So what is it? Is it tyranny? That's what it is. It's tyranny against God. This is the government of God. God created you. God governs everything here. And you can break the laws. You can. Seek out divination. Try and know the future. Change the names of your children to go along with the gender that you choose, and not the one that God chose. Create more chaos and more confusion by hating those who don't allow you to do what you're doing. Megan Fox took 3 children and transgenderized them, forced dresses on little boys. Now, the guy who commented on this lives in the same area. Yeah. House is just a few houses down. So when they go to the park, the kids are at the park. He sees them. He talks to them. They're complaining, and their nanny is complaining that they're forced to wear girls' clothes, and they don't want to. And this guy says, this is abuse. So what does she say? She comes out blatantly straightforward and says she's a witch. And she's going to curse him for saying such things. Check this out.
But let me teach you something. Irregardless of how desperate you may become at any given time to acquire wealth, power, success, or fame, never use children as leverage or social currency, especially under malevolent or an erroneous pretense. Exploiting my child's gender identity to gain attention in your political campaign has put you on the wrong side of the universe. I have been burned at the stake by insecure, narcissistic, impotent little men like you many times, and yet I'm still here. You effed with the wrong witch. So, of course this goes viral. Right? Megan Fox responds to Robbie Starbuck, and Robbie posts this to Twitter and says, Megan Fox has responded to my concern about her sons being dressed up in girls' clothing with an IG post where she seemingly threatens me with witchcraft. Does that seem like a sane response to you? And put the post there.
Yeah, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. And the reason why the witch would do that is because she feels that he is weakened. Somehow he got the demons out. And he can complain. He could see what's going on. That's what happens when you get the demons out. Your view opens up dramatically. And the demons don't go back in. You defend your soul. They want your soul. And they have to get an agreement from you every single time they take a piece of your soul. Through pride and envy or slander, just slander. Or laziness and sloth. Or lust. Imagine all the people that you see, that you know, that you've heard, guys going, wow, I jerked off all day. I always go home and jerk off. That's all I do. Nothing better than jerking off. Jesus. That's lust beyond belief. That's fornication. It's so much of an individual's, and every time it's done, every single time, a demon enters the body. You're feeding the demon. You're feeding it. Watching porn. Being in porn. Imagine all the girls today that are on the porn site. OnlyFans. And the demons. They're even wearing horns while they're doing it. And the drinking of alcohol. So much alcohol. And the lies and the enviousness. And people never stay married. Ever. They can't. Why? Because they're filled with demons. They're making them fat. The demons are making you fat. We have more fat people on this planet than you could ever imagine. UK, America, Canada. And it's the demons doing it. So I'm doing whatever I can, everything I can. You know, I'm trying to explain to you about homosexuality. I'm trying to explain to you about the transgender reality. I'm trying to explain to you about movies. You cannot watch movies, you know, because it makes you tolerate one transgender actor. You got to turn the movie off. You have to walk away. One gay actor, a lesbian, gay, bisexual, whatever. They're trying to make you tolerate it. And those are demons that go into you when you do so, as you sit there watching it. When you come out, you're different. You're now demon possessed. You have fed the demon. You opened the door enough. You sat in the theater long enough. You turned on the TV and continued watching RuPaul. And you get different. And you find yourself at drag shows, at little children's libraries, enjoying it. Getting more demons, feeding more demons. And when a police officer pulls you over, you just want to get to be an asshole. As though that's all you need to do because you're a demon. No, sir, I won't give you my name. Nope, I won't give you my license. Why'd you pull me over? You're in trouble. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. These cops do not need that shit. They're going to turn into the demons that we're creating. We're all doing this. We have to behave differently. And when we do, everybody around us will behave differently. Because we're reducing the demons. We feed the demons by arguing with the police officer. We feed the demon in the police officer and in yourself. It's ridiculous. That's all we're doing, is feeding the demon. We're feeding the demon. The enemy is just waiting to use you so you can continue fattening up the demon. Every action that's on that list is not you. It's the desire body of a demon. And you're fulfilling it with your sin. So I'm here, just like before. I'm telling you exactly the same things I told you before. There's no difference in me. And there's no difference in you. You must change. Every single one of you. You're all children of God. You're all sinners. Confess. Realize that it's true. Don't go to someone and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, please forgive me." That's just another demon. This is on your back. You're the one who has to pull back, realize the demon is there, and there are hundreds of them. And they're coming back. They're coming back. You get rid of them, you have a propensity for them to be there in the first place. So you must constantly be vigilant. You cannot make any slight... Look at this. You can't have enviness, slander. These are slight things. Gossiping, those are slight things. It's not like rage. It's not like hate. It's not like getting drunk. Yeah? Even pride. You know, it's something you can rationalize. You can rationalize envying something. You can rationalize slandering something. You can rationalize gossiping. But it's a demon. So what you're supposed to do is use your brain. Use your mind. Use your soul. And develop wisdom. And conquer these suckers. If you're gay, stop. No more. No more. No jerking off. No masturbation of any kind. No fantasy. No pictures. No remembering of old friends that are gay that turn you on. Anything that turns you on, stop. And this has to go on for a long time. And you have to say goodbye to your gay friends. You have to say goodbye to a lifestyle, an activity, clothing, all kinds of things. Just in that one area. What if you're vegan and part of this pagan practice where you're going to wipe away all the children? Get out of there. It's a cult. You're part of it. You're in a cult. Everybody, all kinds of people fall into cults. You're one of them. Listen to me. If you're in it, you're in it. Confess. Now turn around. Yeah. And work on ketosis. Work on paleo. Work on carnivore. Start fasting. Listen to me. And get rid of gluttony. Change the demons inside you and purify at the same time and get healthier. Be consistent and work out. That ends sloth. Be carnivore. That ends the potentiality of pride. And many other things. Hate and so many things. Because you could have reasoning behind, oh my God, you hate animals. I hate you. It's hate that makes a person not want to be a carnivore. Hate, of all things, can you imagine? Get rid of the hate, and you'll be a carnivore. Be more caring and loving toward other people, more understanding, less judgmental, less gossiping, and you'll be a carnivore. It's demons that keeps you from being a carnivore. It's demons that makes you homosexual and then an atheist and makes you hate Jesus Christ in the Bible. It's demons. It's not logic. It's not because you're smarter, agnostic, smart, intelligent professor. Yeah, it's nothing like that. It's demons. Demons. You must get rid of them. You must get rid of the demons. They are you. Even your demure voice is a demon. It's not you. It's a demon. The real you is strong. The real you is forthright, spontaneous, funny. Yeah? No neurotic, compulsive disorder whatsoever. Those are demons. Realize it. Don't tolerate it. Yeah? You are an angel. An angel is really smart, fully capable of communicating, but only communicates things that are not gossip, not sloth or rage or fornication or alcohol or lies or envy. That's a lot of conversation that is gone. Slander, pride, envy, lies. You got to talk a lot in order to have those things happen. And those things, when they happen, are sins. They're active sins, and you have to use your brain to do it. Stop it. There's an enormous amount of people who are working, and it's not a conspiracy. They're demonically controlled by demons. It's not a conspiracy. Demons don't exist here. You know, so you allowed an open door, you brought them into our world, and now we have transgender laws, killing, people carrying machine guns and want to have holsters so that they can walk around freely in case someone threatens them with hate, pride, anger, hostility. They want to be able to respond. They have the right. Because they're filled with demons. Filled with hate. So you know they're going to holster a gun, and if they're really good, they're going to have a machine gun. Why? Rage. Why? Hate. Why? Pride. Slander is something you say while you're shooting someone. You ever watch movies? It's exactly what happens. They always say something really bad as they're shooting someone. That's really bad. That's terrible. It's a demon. We're all filled with demons. You want to watch demons? Turn on the TV. We are in a world where all of our brains are filled with demons. If you ever studied Buddhism, you'd find out there are hundreds and hundreds of demons in the brain. That is the focus of Buddhism, is to eradicate every single demon that is in the brain. So good works, goodwill, good action, good thoughts, knowing that it raises up all sentient beings by being compassionate and empathetic and enlightened. But enlightened means that your brain has no demons in it. Imagine if you have a brain filled with demons. It creates a black heart. You end up with a black heart. No soul. A black heart. And everything is confusing. And you're just intellectual like Elon Musk. You know, they might just outlaw going to Mars. Wouldn't that really screw his plan? Yeah. There are programs going on right now in relationship to Mars to make it to where nobody goes to Mars. Yeah. And, you know, the demon inside him is going to totally flip out. You know, we have a long-run reality with demons. And how they hold their course is how many are in us and how much are we feeding them to gain all these things. What do we gain? We gain pride. We're envious of other people's mansions and circumstances. If a person can dance, the demon will say, I always wanted to dance. If a person can play an instrument, the demon, instead of enjoying the instrument, will say, and cry, and say, I always wished I could play an instrument. The demon always takes the soul, not only from the person it's in, but uses that person to commit a sin against others while they're living their life, just living their life. And it's usually a person who has spent 20 or 30 years in training, hard work as an individual, gifted. You know, and that's not seen. It's just envy. Envy. You know, but the demon just says, well, I'm not envious. I don't see what you mean. Well, then are you jealous? That's another one of them. I got 8 more that would fit all along the whole thing. You know, on a reaction like that. And it's all demon. You know, so the point that I'm doing this, I'm teaching this, we gave this in the Bible for reasons, so you would read it, realize it, and read within the Bible the history of people who have changed their lives to stop sinning. That's what you got to do. You have to stop sinning. You can't say, oh, the Lord, I love the Lord, oh, I'm a Christian, yay, and continue sinning, gossiping, be envious, jealous. There's no Jesus in you. If you want Jesus in you, you have to get Satan out of you. I'm Jesus. I'm giving you all the virtues, all the qualities of the 7 rays, all the things that counteract. And all you got to do is try. Just try. And you simply won't do it. That's grace. That's the Holy Spirit. That's who you are. These are your powers. These are your strengths. These are your abilities, your attributes. But you have to use them. All your attributes are no longer attributes. No. They're pride and envy and sloth and rage and gossiping. That's not an attribute. Although you would say, I attribute that to this asshole over here making me do it. But it's not. It's the demon inside you that you put in and feed. You feed it. You feed it. And that's where every single homosexual and all the demons in every single person gets their demons. They continue on the path of feeding demons, fulfilling their sins. They simply don't stop feeding the demons. So I think this is pretty clear. How you could do this, what you need to do, you need to get my pujas. You need to listen to the restricted areas of lifestyle that you must stay away from. They're all in my teachings, and it's in the Bible. But I lay it out. I lay out very nicely, storytell-wise, you know, so that you can get a very clear picture and not feel guilty or anything like that. You shouldn't. It's a demon. And it's very likely your mother went to an astrologer when you were born. Where does the door first start? The doors are everywhere. They're everywhere. They're in the newspaper, they're in your movies, they're, you know, gossip. Every one of the things that are there, jealousy, enviousness, porn, all that, it leads you to group scenarios, group conditions, all filled by demons. The whole lifestyle is a demonic lifestyle. It doesn't exist. We'd wipe away the earth if we continue that. We'd blow the earth up with nuclear holocausts. We'd eat vegetables so much that we die the way we are right now with all the diseases and mental illness and everything. Because the demons confuse us. And they give us desires. And we don't want to stop those desires. We don't want to stop eating bread. We don't want to stop eating sugar. We don't want to stop eating carbohydrates. We don't want to stop eating bad fats and bad oils and bad nuts and bad seeds. Even after we find out. The liars tell us that is what we should be eating. But after a while, and our study, and our witnessing and our own personal experience, we realize Jesus the Christ is correct. We're carnivores. We need to fast. We need ketos for our brain. The brain requires 50% ketos. 50%. When does that happen? From the moment you were born to today, how much ketos did you get in your mind, in your brain? Is it 2%? 1%? 0? How much glucose? Yep. Quite a bit. Because we're eating carbohydrates. Yeah. And it's constantly keeping that going. So we have a blood sugar problem, we have diabetes, we have all this stuff, we have senility, we have a foggy brain, because 50% of what needs to be in our brain must be ketosis. But yet we get none. That's kind of crazy. So you're going to change. And slowly but surely, that's going to be added to your life. You're going to have ketosis in your life. And you're not going to be afraid of animal fat, good quality animal fat. You're not going to be afraid of it because it actually regulates all your hormones, which is something everybody told you don't eat that stuff. It's going to kill you, give you a heart attack. But in reality, it facilitates all your glands and your organs and your hormones. Yeah, so that you can have a happy life, so that you can have children. Women who are unable to have children, if they go on to a high-fat, low-carb diet, within 3 to 6 months, find that they can get pregnant. That's crazy. It's crazy. Because it changes the estrogen. Stop being vegetarian. It goes into this whole other area that caused them to not be able to have a child. And the demons move us down this direction to make us unhealthy, to make us dissatisfied, and follow one diet after another. And they always tell us the one thing that we should be doing is the one thing we shouldn't be doing. Oh, animal fat, that's going to kill you. Oh, meat, oh, that's a horrible thing. You kill a cow, it's like killing a human being. Don't do it. We're given so much fear because it's based on love. And we love and we care. It's our nature. So they use fear tactics to make us think that our nature is hateful. Our nature to eat meat is a hateful act, but it's not. They're lying to us. It's not true. Imagine you eat all this lettuce and all these seeds and all these nuts and all this grain, and you grow it in fields, and you got to have wheat, you got to have barley, you got to have all this rice, but you can't have any animals in that field. Not one. You're going to kill every rodent, you're going to kill every single thing, millions of them you're going to kill. Yeah? And all the insects and all the moths and all the butterflies and all everything, all got to die. Yeah? Because you need wheat, you need rice, you need vegetables. Yeah? And if you don't kill them that way, you plow them over and dismember them, you're a vegetarian. But you got so many demons in your head They will not allow you to recognize reality. So it leads you to the opposite, to the very thing you should be doing, you hate. And you're hating these people. So all of a sudden, you're in a group called vegan, the cult group that hates humans, people who eat normal food. You hate them. You know, because of demons. They led you all the way to the vegan cult. The vegan cult. Where every child's going to be absolutely malnourished. No vitamin A, no vitamin C, no vitamin D, no vitamin this, no that, no protein, no fat, no oils, no, cholesterol. I mean, really, come on. Think about all these things. And we need 50% ketosis in our brain. So how are we going to get that if we're living a normal diet of eating bread or rice and all these things that give us no ketosis whatsoever? We would have to eat things that would give us ketosis in order for our brain to be fed. But we're not feeding our brain. We're feeding demons. Right? You understanding this? Yeah, because it's important that you grasp this, because these demons, these ladies in the night that are waiting for you in the corner to tell you and everybody else that, they're going to take away everything. They're going to destroy the earth. They're going to do things to us like you can't imagine. They're going to make it all vegan. They're going to make it all death, and, seduction, like in England. Imagine these ladies, these pagan ladies, are standing up there and saying to everybody that you can't continue having babies. You all need to be homosexual. That's what the pagans are saying. You got to be homosexual. It's their only way to make sure that their agenda is fulfilled. And their agenda is the ability to paganism, gods, goddesses, is the most LGBTQ affirming faith in the U.S. This lady says, reported that it's likely 93% of American pagans agree with LGBT. 93%. That means that there's no ketos in the brain, there's only demons in the brain, and everybody's getting senility. They have fogged brain. They can't think well. They're constantly frustrated because they have demons in their brain. They can't get the things that the demons are telling them to get done. Intrude in other people's lives with gossip and jealousy and enviousness and all those things that come with the demon, are spilling over into us. And everybody is just going through a process of trying to make this seemingly make sense, but it can't, because we're stuck. We've got, the entire process. Imagine we've got the pagans that are working in order to achieve, the function like here.
Target facing billions in market losses after it rolled out a line of Pride Month LGBTQ clothing for kids, other merchandise. The retailer's market value reportedly down about $9 billion after calls for a boycott started a little over a week ago. Target has moved those pride displays to the back of some stores, but we're now learning the retailer has been donating to an activist group that's trying to push gender ideology into classrooms. That group, called GLISTEN, advocates for teaching gender theory in all levels of public school curriculum. It also offers school districts guidance on hiding gender transitions from parents. But Target has been donating to this group every year, with the company saying, quote, GLISTEN leads the movement in creating, affirming, and anti-racist spaces for LGBTQIA+ students. We are proud of 10 plus years of collaboration with GLSEN and continue to support their mission. Martha targets dedication to this movement. It goes a long way back, and it goes way beyond just the stores and this merchandise. And the CEO is quite proud of it. And I think they need to stand up and just own it and say to everybody, if you don't like it, don't shop here.
Yep, and that's what they did, and they lost everything. You know, so the biggest key to this is that we all have to realize that it's an individual process. Everybody has demons in their brain. You know, so the biggest process of demons is that they don't want to do anything about it. What they'd like to do is, like I say, a demon is this: enviousness, pride, jealousy, all that. And then the demon person comes to me and says, I did this and that. Is that a demon? Well, that doesn't help. That's a demon asking me, you know, to question just a linear, and you can't challenge a demon at that point. The person has to do it. Yeah, they have to do it. They do that by not going questioning. Oh, I wonder if that is a demon. I'll ask somebody. Do you think it's a demon that I'm doing this and that? You know. And then the only thing that's going on is gossip. So now the disrespect is moving the demon into another person by asking that question. Now the person literally has to intellectually take the demon into their brain and foster the question. And literally it is the seduction of the other person, not willing to get rid of their own demon. That very demon is getting that person to sin again and pass the demon on to another person by asking them to label or explain whether or not they have a demon. And don't do that. Don't do that. It's very harmful to everybody. We are all fully capable of understanding what I'm saying. Yeah? Just own it. Own it. You're not going to harm yourself by stopping. Be a better person. You're not going to harm you or anybody else. But don't try and get verification from someone else, because you're only going to be impressing the demon into them on an intellectual level by intellectualizing it and talking about it rather than actually claiming it for yourself. Never speaking it outside, because that's when the demon gets out. Does that make sense? Yep. All right. So let's do a puja. So we're going to just relax, and you do the Om when I do the Om, and we're going to begin.
I am a messenger of light. I am a pilgrim on the way of love. I do not walk alone, but I know myself as one with all great souls, and one with them in service. Their strength is mine. This strength I claim. My strength is theirs, and this I freely give. A soul, I walk on earth. I represent the One. God moves the world. The past has gone. I am that past. It makes me what I am. The future comes. I also am the coming destiny, and therefore I am that. The present flows from out the past. The future colors that which is. I make the future also by my present knowledge of the past and the beauty of the present. And therefore I am that I am. Within the circle of the will of God I stand. Without the radius of the world of glamour, I take my place. And there I stand. Before the open door that just reveals a different lighted way, I take my stand. Before the presence, I will take my place, and there will firmly stand. And stand I see. incentive of our aspiration on the path. Love is the substance of our living in the world. Love is the light and the light of freedom from all creatures. Love pulses through the universe in a divine rhythm. Love is the consciousness of God. May the holy ones whose disciple I am show me the light I seek. May all mankind, may all humanity of all knowledge, may all light on earth make manifest the soul in all things, all life. I invoke the radiant golden sun to manifest the thread of the soul into the kingdoms of the elementals, into the kingdoms of the vegetables, the animals, into the astral plane. I invoke all humanity to become the caretakers of the kingdom of God. I invoke the will of God as the soul. I stand before the judgment seat of my soul. I am that soul. All love and light am I. I serve the world and lose myself in service. This is my life, and this is the way that I will tread until the day be with us all. The awakening in the consciousness of humanity, the family of humanity, to bring forth points of energy within themselves, inaugurating certain new techniques in work and in modes of communication. I invoke the group of telepathic communicators. I invoke the group of trained observers. I invoke the group of magnetic healers. I invoke the group of the educators of this new age. I invoke the group of political organizers. I invoke the group of the workers in the field of religion. I invoke the group of scientific servers. I invoke the group of psychologists. I invoke the group of financiers and economists. I invoke all creative workers as the new group. I invoke the externalization of the inner existing of conditions within these groups through the manifestation and the externalization of the avatar. Okay, just relax. So in the process of learning that everybody has demons and they're located in your brain, and that in order to get rid of them, you have to realize they're there through your sinful actions. Not ask someone else to verify whether or not that was a sin. Just take it upon yourself to quietly acknowledge it and repent. And thank Jesus Christ for the revelation of realizing your sin and the mercy and the grace that is given to you by Jesus the Christ to increase the Holy Spirit inside of you as the demon leaves, and your holiness increases, and you get super healthy and superhuman and supernatural through your super holy life by getting rid of demons that are in you that you did not put in you, but seduced you. And your actions alone caused the demons to find a place in your life as you, the new you. So realize they're going to pop up every second, even while you're sleeping. So try and go to bed well. Try and eat right. Do not gossip. Do not be jealous. Confess it. Get rid of it. Realize you are a better person and you never would do such a thing. You don't do such a thing. And you're very thankful for the person that you are. Do that and you'll be fine. Thank you very much. Enjoy.